recite it 17 times on a minimum.
17 times at least a day you recite Surah Al-Fatiha.
In the hadith it says,
if you pray and you do not recite Al-Fatiha in each salah, then your salah is invalid, is invalid, is invalid.
Mistake that changes the meaning of the Fatiha, your prayer is invalid.
you have to recite this script throughout the day from verse 1 to verse 7 without any mistakes. Now the last part of the Fatiha chapter is where things get interesting. Most people don't know the meaning of guide us to the straight path, the path of those you have blessed, not of those against whom there is anger, nor of those who are misguided. These are two groups of people mentioned here at the bottom of verse 7. Some people think these are folks who reject God, or these are people who twist the truth and reject it. But these are two very specific groups of people, and they are the Jews and the Christians.
This is the Yahud. We don't follow the Yahud, because they are the ones who earn the ghadab of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَالضَّالِينَ, the misguided, who are they? The Nasara, the Christians. We don't follow their path, we don't follow their ways, because they are the ones that went misguided.
So the misguided and those who make Allah angry. Jews and Christians are not part of these two specific groups. They don't simply belong here. No, they embody the two groups. So just to rephrase the last two verses, just to make them sound less complicated, O Allah, guide us not to be like the Jews and the Christians. Here's what you have. Essentially, when Muslims pray 5 times a day, they have to recite Al-Fatiha 17 times throughout the day. 2 times before sunrise, 4 times before midday, and so on. All day long, none of those against whom there is anger, nor of those who are misguided, which is, I don't want to be like the Christians or the Jews. Now the Fatiha chapter is the first chapter of the Quran. It's not tucked in somewhere in the middle of the Quran or towards the end. Here's the Quran right here. Turn to page 1. Right at the outset, Christians and Jews. Usually you open a book, any book, and you read the first chapter and it sets the tone for the entire book. You learn about the main character, you learn about the antagonist, you get a glimpse of what the book is all about. But look at how Muhammad starts his book, name-calling Jews and Christians. And the name-calling doesn't stop here, of course, it gets worse. The Jews have earned the wrath of Allah. They are apes and pigs. Jews and Christians are the worst of Allah's creation and will be burned up in hell. In the hadith, Muhammad said, there will be a time when the rocks will say, "O Muslim, there's a Jew hiding behind me. Go get him."